The hotel manager, my relationship I had with him when I was a client of Exclusive, I worked with him in the task force world. So he was a former Marriott employee, as I was a Marriott employee as well. So when I came down to Houston, I found out, of course, he was working at the Marriott Marquis to open up out there. So the service team there in Houston did a phenomenal job providing the staff that he needed, flexibility. Not only that we opened up that property in housekeeping, we were the opening partner for them, but it was basically throughout the entire hotel, all the outlets from culinary, stewarding, front of the house, back of the house, housekeeping, the works. Opening team, and we're still in there as well. He got promoted to open up the Dearborn Marriott. He's the opening director of operations. He actually reached out to me to letting me know that, hey, I'm ready to put a team together. Is there a possibility for Exclusive to come out into Detroit? And many of the hotels that I worked at, from renovations to almost deflagging, it's the relationship that is being built with the service team. I don't label it as temp help. I look at it as an extension to the family that we have or the team that we have. It's the connection, what we can do to bend over backwards to provide the services that is needed, but then also the celebration of success, right? So what the service team has instilled for the property that we opened up, what he saw in Houston, what he saw when he was in San Antonio on task force at the properties I had, was the synergy piece of it. So that's what we deliver. We have a dedicated account manager that's for them, basically on call when they need. The room attendants, any of the associates that we have from Exclusive, how they understand we vet the process, right? So the interview process, we let them know, hey, this is the amount of rooms, this is what you're going to walk through. This is the hours that are needed. We go through that all for them. And then when we deliver the associate to the property, that account manager is coming to introduce to them at their morning stand up or at the daily huddle, no matter what department. From day one all the way to the end, you have somebody with you, and then you don't have to worry about it. So that's the service we provide compared to other vendors or other companies or other staffing companies. So this property was completely gutted. It was brought down to the bare bones and then revamped out. It was basically like a regrand opening of a historic property. They completely stripped out. So when you get a model room, you're going to do the construction clean, because renovation team or construction crew, you can only clean as much, right? So there's stages of it. So putting a task team together to put the room back in its place into their brand standard, from each guest room, hallways, lobby, ballrooms, complete clean of the kitchen. These are stages, because you can only do it so much. So when everything settles, you're basically going to go back and clean. So they got week 1, then week 2, another dust, then week 3, another dust, and then week 4, final dusting, get ready for us to open the doors. I look at a lot of the clients, not only as their business partners, but I feel like we've developed a relationship, a friendship, a working relationship. When you're talking with an individual, yeah, you want to get to understand what the occupancy is, how the forecast is, but you want to know about them, right? Like where, their growth, their future and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, you never know if they're going to leave this property and move on to another one. So developing that connection, that relationship, that partnership, you're fostering a future networking. So I was very fortunate with a lot of my colleagues and peers in the past in the hotel world, providing that service with them, for them, and working with the team. And, it can grow for future business. It'd be a win-win for them, a win-win for us as well.